Better check that hole.
I know, right? I check her real quick.
We live, baby.
All right, we live. Yo, welcome to the Man Gone podcast. You already know who I be. I be the humble king. You already know who that be. That be Mr. Fat Boy Chronicles himself. Man, I want to say, man, before we start the show, man, peace and love to everybody that's watching. I'm about to say, man, we appreciate all the comments, all the support, man. Man, everything is greatly appreciated. Okay, so today's topic, man, I'm gonna let you take over, bro.
Well, before we get into today's topic, I know we usually do the man gone at the end of the show, but I wanted to do a couple man gones before we start the show.
Oh yeah, man, go ahead. I'm about to say that's even
Yeah,
better.
it's a lot of foolishness going on. It's a lot of foolishness. So, the first man gone go to this woman out here in Milwaukee who was teaching at the school, and she just got arrested for having relations with students at the school.
I read about that one.
Weird. She weird. First of all, ma'am, what are we doing? What are we doing? And then the second part of this, bro, is this is where I keep saying that we need to have this conversation when it pertains to women as predators. There
Yeah,
are
yeah,
female predators out here that are preying on your sons, that are preying on your daughters. They they do not care. They're preying on them for sure, for sure. And y'all
oh yeah,
gotta
they
know
definitely
and
is.
understand that these people are out here, men and women. We can't just put men out there as the focal point, although men are the ones that predominantly do it. There are plenty of women nowadays that are doing this and grooming your sons and your daughters in a sexual manner. And this kind of behavior has to stop.
It definitely do, bro, man. I'm about to say that don't get. I'm about to say it don't get spoke on enough. If you ask me, like it's like everything. It's like when it comes. It's like when it comes to the women. I'm about to say, man, it's bad enough the men that's doing it. It's bad enough that men out here doing it. That weird shit. But come on, man. But to be a female, be out here doing it, man. That's even weirder, man. And it's sad. I'm about to say it's sad on both ends, man. I'm about to say
The internet
that
being
lady.
low.
I'm about to say, man, that lady needs some serious help. Like, man, she
She
do
do, bro.
deserve.
Like, how do you have relations with students at your school and think that that's cool? Like, you're supposed to be there educating. The kids are supposed to trust you. You're supposed to be a trustworthy individual. You over here trying to get your rocks off with the kids. What kind of nasty stuff is that?
Man, I'm about to say, man, for real, man. I'm about to say, you got to know the difference between a kid and an adult, man. I don't care. I'm about to say, man, look, I don't care
That's
how
all I'm
I don't
saying,
care
pimp.
I don't care how old the kid look for their age. Still, man, you got to know the difference between a kid and an adult.
That's all I'm
You know,
saying,
man.
brother.
And I'm about to say, man, for that lady to be grooming them like that, man, I'm about to say, yeah, I'm about to say she deserved to do some time, but I hope she gets some help too, man, because I'm about to say it's wrong. It's wrong on both ends, man and woman, man. It's just wrong on both ends,
Mm-hmm.
man, for real. What's the second man gone, bro?
Yeah, but that was the man gone. That was one of the man gones. The other man gone goes to this woman who I'm trying to remember the story. I think it was in Texas. I want to say it was in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
You remember the story with the woman in Texas and her husband or something? I don't remember it right now, so we ain't gonna worry about it. We gonna get into the topic. That was a man gone situation too. That was wild what she did. But anyway,
Yeah, it was.
so today's topic, ladies and germs, is the internet ruining our perception of reality? Let's get into it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
I'm about to
This
say,
is what
yeah,
we
let's
do on the
talk
man
about it,
gone. We
man.
talk about it.
Please feel free to comment on this, man, because I'm about to say,
Feel free. If
you
you're
came
in the
to, I'm about to
comments,
say, man, you
please
came to the right,
comment.
I'm
If
so
you,
glad. I'm so glad you brought up this topic, man. Because in my
yes, sir.
opinion, man, you know, when social media, I about to say, man, when
Mm-hmm.
social media came about, man, it's like everything. It like it killed everything, man. By imagination wise, because how I look at it, bro, man. Social media, and we take away social media right now, the Twitter, the Facebook, the Instagram, the YouTube. I'm about to say you take all that away right now, man. I'm about to say the world will literally be dumbfounded because that's literally what I'm about to say. It's literally what our minds are wrapped around is this social media. It's this social media shit, bro, man. And it's ruining the perception of reality because man,
Mm-hmm.
We go to Facebook, and we go to Twitter, we go to Instagram, man, for our relationship advice, man, what's going on in life. And I'm about to say, man, this and that and the third. I'm about to say the first thing we run to is social media, man, instead of like experiencing it, you know, for ourselves, you know, amongst, you know, human to human contact, man. We got to go through Facebook and Instagram for answers and shit
Mm-hmm.
now.
Mm-hmm. And that's really what it is, bro. It's really actually I feel like the internet is a gift and a curse.
It
Like
is.
the gift is you get to connect with people all over the world. You get to meet new people. Sometimes you even meet the love of your life on the internet.
Oh yeah.
The bad part of the internet and the bad perception of the internet is the simple fact of you meet these bad people and you meet these bad individuals. Not only that, a lot of things that you see on the internet is not actually reality. Will Smith
No, and that's
did a video like a couple years ago where he said, you know, everything that you see on don't believe everything you see on the internet. And he showed
it.
like how people be, taking pictures like they flying in the air, but really they not. How people be on looking like they on vacation, but they really in their bathroom with a background up and all this other stuff. Like it's 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 the perception. The perception is reality to people now. Like you see these people, oh, these celebrity couples. Oh, these celebrity couples. Oh, everybody's into the celebrity couple. Oh my God, such and such
Oh
is
yeah,
with
they want
such
to.
and such, and
Oh
blah
yeah, they
blah
want to be. They
blah.
want to be. They want to be couple goals so bad, man.
Yeah, yeah,
Like 1 minute, I'm gonna say 1 minute they Russell. 1 minute they want a Russell and Sierra Wilson relationship. Next minute they want an Ike and Tina Turner relationship. Man,
yeah.
look,
It's wild. It's
people.
it's ratchet. It smells bad, and it's just it's terrible, bro. Like I don't understand. I've never seen a generation of so many crash outs, bro. Like it's wild to me. But a lot of that has to do with
Exactly,
the
bro, man.
internet.
And you know what, bro, man? That's the main thing I don't like about the internet, bro,
Mm,
man. I'm about to say the internet promotes dumb shit, like make dumb shit
yes,
popular.
yes,
Like for example, crashing out, toxic. And bro, I'm about to say, man, I'm so tired of hearing that damn word toxic so much, man. And y'all, I'm about to say, man, this generation is so backwards and dumb, man. Like, who the fuck really made toxic relationships a trend? Come on now, who wants to really be in a relationship, man, that is so toxic, man, that you love it? Somewhere along the line, man, I'm gonna need y'all. I'm about to say, man, if y'all love them toxic relationships, somewhere along the line, man, I'm gonna need y'all to go stand in the SSI line. Something really, because something up here really
yeah.
is not
Something ain't
clicking.
clicking.
If you really
You
think
sound a
that
little
that
goofy when you go into
I'm about to
these.
say, man, if you really
Yeah,
think that toxic shit is cool, it's not. Crashing out, another thing, man. I'm about to say, man, life ain't all about, and I'm about to say, I hate you see it all on the internet now. Like it's cool to crash, like man, every time something go wrong, man, or I'm about to say, man, or somebody lose one of their homies or lose one of their guys, whatever, man, the first thing they want to do, man, is they want to crash out. Like, come on, man. If y'all, I'm about to say,
mm-hmm.
man, crashing out, that shit is stressful, dog. I'm about to say, crashing out, man, all that shit does is build stress, and I don't think people understand that stress kills. I'm about to say, stress kills more than that. I'm about to say more than anything. And if you got to go to, I'm about to say, if you got to go to, I'm about to say, you see it on the internet, man, everybody crashing out. I'm about to say, man, everybody, you know, the one thing I hate to see on social media, man, is, you know, where we attacking one another. We jumping one another, man. Like I see it on Facebook a lot. Kids getting jumped. I'm about to say, man, kids getting jumped, adults being jumped, man. Like I'm looking on Chicago on Facebook, man. The 69th red line alone, man. We see motherfuckers getting robbed, getting their ass beat, man. And the first thing they do, man, they pull out their camera and record. That's the only thing I don't like about social media, man. Anytime we get into a fight, anytime something bad happen, a death happen, man, the first thing we do is pull out our cameras, record it,
Yep.
record it.
Because
That's
again, perception is reality. So in reality, I mean, not saying that the person not getting their ass whooped, that is the reality. But the perception is everybody on the internet is a tough guy.
yes.
Everybody can throw hands.
Oh
Everybody
man,
can
I'm about to
can defend
say
themselves.
yes, bro, man. You see it every day, man. Especially these internet gangsters, man.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna keep it buck with you. Like it's some of my timeline right now. Like
Mm-hmm.
I know the difference between the ones I went to school with that were
Mm-hmm.
legit
Mm-hmm.
from the ones I went to school with. Now all of a sudden you claiming you in the game. Nah, bro, you grew up just like me, bro, man. You went to school, man. You
Mm-hmm.
went to school, man. You hung with me, man. We was playing with Yu-Gi-Oh cards, man. Like I'm gonna keep it real with you.
Right. Let's
I
keep
was
it.
one of
Let's
them,
keep it a
I
stack.
was the
Right.
who I'm about to say, man, I'm keeping the stack. I was one of them kids in high school, man. I wasn't trying to hang with the tough crowd, man. I wanted to be one of the nerds, man. Like what niggas fail to realize back then, they fail to realize now, man, that you don't need a bunch of niggas. You don't need a bunch of niggas around you, man. To be a man or I about to say or attract girls, man. Bro, I about to say roll by yourself. I about to say shit, being your
Hold on,
actual
bro.
character,
Hold on, bro. I
being
got a question though.
yeah.
When you was playing the Yu-Gi-Oh cards, was you flying up and down the hallway and stuff with your arms back like this, going
Nah,
like
nigga,
this?
see now you talk now, nigga. See now you talking about I'm talking about look, we talking black nerd. I'm talking a black nerd, goddamn it. You talking about some shit. You talking about one you talking about one of the emo kids. Nah, that was hey, I about to say, man, you had a couple. I about to say, man, you had a couple of them in the high school, man. I was just one of them nerds.
I
I
mean,
was just one of
I
them.
knew the cats. I knew the homies that was playing the
Hey, I was just
Pokemon. That's all
hey,
I'm
hey,
saying.
I was just one of them nerds, that knew how to play Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh real good. If I was like, running down the hallway with my arms tucked, running full speed, nah, that's some
Yeah,
SSI shit. That's some
talking about
SSI
you was
shit, bro.
Goku and stuff.
Man, nah, that's some SSI shit, bro, man. That wasn't even that serious.
Let
I'm
me
about to
read
say,
these comments, bro.
I'm about to say, man, don't get me wrong. I love my Yu-Gi-Oh cards, man, but at the same time,
Oh
though,
no,
man, they
I
was
ain't
still
knocking. I aining knocking nothing. I ain't
hey, at the
knocking
same
nothing.
time, there's still coochie
Um,
around, man. But yeah, though, man, I'm
I
about to
feel you.
say, man, the
So
tough guy,
mom's
I'm about to say, man,
hold on,
what,
hold on real quick, bro. Let me read these comments first before you
go
continue.
ahead, go ahead.
Um, mom said, not me. I think she was talking about the perception and the reality of the internet and all that.
Oh yeah,
Miss Lady Johnson said you can't get away with nothing anymore. That is a fact. You can't even
that's a
flick a
fact.
booger without somebody
Like
filming
you
you
can't get away with
flicking a
nothing
booger.
anymore, man. Like man, the whole thing about cheating, like man, the cheating, for example, man, like you cannot get away with cheating no more, man, because the internet gonna find. Like back in the
It
day
gonna
before
flush you
the
out.
back in the day before the internet, man, the only way you found out, man, that your man was cheating, man, is you had to catch him with your own eyes and ears, or it had to be, I'm about to say, or it had to be word of mouth, or your family member, specifically your sister or your mama, had to catch you. I'm about to say, had to catch your man cheating, or vice versa. And now it's very easy, and man, you niggas, I'm about to say, man, niggas so stupid these days, man. Like it's very easy to get caught cheating now. And the
Yeah,
first thing they're gonna do is when they get caught cheating, the first thing they're gonna do is going straight to the internet. Why you think they took Maury off? Why you think they took Maury off air, man? Once this Facebook shit came about, man, and like shit, fucking ain't no need for. I'm about to say shit. Ain't no need to come on talk shows to say you cheating shit. You might as well go to Facebook. You gonna find out all the information right there.
facts. Oh, hold on before we continue. Miss Lady Johnson said trolls. We gonna talk about internet trolls, by the way, because I actually have a story about internet trolls.
Man,
They
look.
use guns. That is very true. They use a lot of guns nowadays. Social media is a gift and a curse. I was just talking about that earlier, that it can be a gift and a curse.
Oh yeah.
Mom said, I don't know. I don't know what that said. I don't know what she was writing on that one. But I'm gonna
Mm.
talk about this one right here, the trolls. That's another thing that has risen and gotten on the rise, is internet trolling slash bullying. Um, I'm not a fan of it. I actually have a little quick story. I was doing a podcast with a group of guys about maybe a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, and one of the guys, I had went on his post because I guess he had forgot to post me within there. He was doing the promo thing and he didn't put my podcast in there. Even though I wasn't feeling real salty, I just was saying to him, like, kind of jokingly, like, "Oh, bro, you just forgot about me or whatever." And he thought I was taking it serious. He started trolling me real bad. I'm getting pissed off because I'm like, I don't do the internet trolling. I'm old school. We can meet up somewhere and do what we do. So I'm not a fan of trolling. Long story short, the guy ended up trolling so bad that I was doing a live on my podcast with a group of people that I'm cool with, and he brought in his whole group of friends and stuff like that he podcasts with, and they just start trolling in my comments and just start saying different things and calling me names and doing different things of that nature. I just got pissed off and I completely stopped podcasting for a little while just to let everything simmer down. They thought they was gonna make me run, but see, when you're filled with greatness and when you're filled with things that are gonna make you great and make you that man or that person in the world, you
Mm-hmm.
revamp yourself. And
Oh
what you
yeah.
do is you revamp yourself, number one, because I'm a Harris. We're gonna do that always. Number
Oh
two,
yeah.
I
Oh.
got a bro that's smart as hell. Number three, I'm always gonna make sure that whatever I do, I'm gonna put 110% behind it. Thus, we got the Man Gone podcast. But this all grew out of trolling. So thank you to the trolls
Exactly.
out there. But for those that cannot and do not know how to handle trolls, it is a problem. Suicide rates are up, self-inflictions, depression is up, anxiety's
Mm-hmm.
up. All these different things are up now because of the simple fact of people get on the internet and bully people and troll them, and that's another negative side effect of the internet, where the perception is reality. The perception is this person is really tough and they're kind of picking on you, and the internet can be real high school cliquish type. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So that's the perception, but the reality is you're seeing all these negative comments, and what it does something in the brain and in the psyche, and it gives you a negative condensation about yourself and negative thoughts about yourself, thus bringing on depression, suicidal thoughts, anxiety disorder, all kind of things go along with that.
Oh yeah, it definitely do, man. It definitely do. And I think you know what? And I thank God, bro, man, that
Thank y'all for
like
tuning in.
thank y'all for tuning in. By the way, I'm about to say, I thank God, like people like me and you, bro, man, grew up in
Mm-hmm.
the '90s where we didn't
Mm-hmm.
have the internet around. All we had was our imagination, bro, man. Because at the
Facts.
same, because at the same time, bro, man, in that era, man, where we didn't have the internet and stuff, man. The internet was just coming about, but we ain't had no computers or nothing. You had to be rich. But at the same time, we had it back then. We was tough
Mm-hmm.
as hell. How I about to say, how our parents used to talk to us back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
So we can take trolling. We can take trolling.
Mm-hmm.
We can take bullying. We can take words. Cause I already knew, like, as technology progressed, I already knew, like, man, everybody gonna go from spreading rumors from the outside and gonna bring it to the technology world, to the
Mm-hmm.
inside technology world. Where
Mm-hmm.
I say right, like around the year 2007, man, that's when
Mm-hmm.
everybody, with Facebook and everything was coming about, man. The first thing everybody was getting on the internet, man, spread rumors, man. the suicide rate was skyrocketing. Like
Sky
after
high.
2007, man, like
Yep.
suicide rate was skyrocketing, man, because you seen so many kids, man, getting trolled and getting bullied on the internet, man, to the point where they ended up offing themselves, man, and and it's sad because kids be really innocent, man, and they don't be bothering nobody or nothing. Even humans, I'm
Mm-hmm.
about to say, man, even adults, man, they don't even be bothering nobody, man. And the first thing they do, man, is we judge off of their features, off of who they are,
Mm-hmm.
you know, something different about them, or they might have a disability or something, man. The first thing we do, man, as humans, man, is we tease and unkind-hearted humans, we tease and
Yeah.
we make we get on the
Mm-hmm.
internet making all these memes and everything, not thinking about their feelings to the point, man,
Right.
where it's too late. That's the only thing I don't like about the internet, man, is the trolls. Like I've been through trolling on the internet before, man. Like back, I'm about to
Mm-hmm.
say, like back then, like around the year 2011, 2012, man, I was getting trolled like a motherfucker, man. Like rumors got spread, rumors started getting spread. Oh man, Dez, yeah, oh man, he a bitch. Like man, everything, like all the room, like man,
Mm-hmm.
all the damn rumors was circulating, man, and it was like putting a bad reputation on my name. But I didn't. But what made me, I didn't respond to it, bro, because for one, they don't know me. I'm about to say to know me is to know me.
Mm-hmm.
Two, I'm about to say two, I didn't listen to it at all because I'm sitting up there and I'm laughing because I'm like, man, some of them comments was funny, but some of them were hurtful. But at the same time, though, man, I was able to laugh at it because I know it's not true, bro, man. And I'm about to say half of the people that was my friends on Facebook, man, they even knew them damn selves. They were jumping in the comments defending me, like, hey, man, that's not even bro. Why is y'all up there spreading rumors about them, man? Like, you got some people with tough skin that know how to handle trolling, and you got some people, man, and I hate to say it, but God rest them souls, man, they don't know how to handle it. It messes with them mentally to the point where, it's too late.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing I don't like about the internet too, man, is
Mm-hmm.
we gotta go to the internet, man, for relationship advice, man, and how we want our relationships, man. And man, what I'm starting not to stand now, man, is the sexual shit that be going on there too. For example,
Before you get into that, bro, before you get into keep that thought. But before you get into that, let me read these comments real quick.
go ahead.
So Miss Lady Johnson was saying, positive thing about social media is we are seeing how unsafe our children are in others' cares. Facts. We can talk about that in a few minutes.
Oh
Second
yeah.
positive things are people are really striving in their small businesses, providing a secondary income for families. That is
There
fact.
you
We
go.
can talk
That
about
is
that as
facts.
well. But I want you to
I'm,
finish.
I'm talking about
Tammy
this as well.
said that's so sad that we go through this on the internet. It's how we treat each
Definitely.
other. That's the sad part about everything. But go ahead, bro. So I don't want you to forget your thought. Go ahead.
Nah, man. The only thing why I don't like about the internet too, man, is we get on Facebook, man, and we sexualize everything. Like for example,
Extremely.
we talking about say, man, we talking about the fellas, man, how they be inboxing females with their junks and stuff out, man. I'm about to say, ladies, I'm about to say, man, how you expect a man to respect you, and approach you, man, when the first thing you do is you go on the internet, man, is you talking about, and I see it all the time, talk about, oh, I'm about to say, this is a man going podcast, we keep it buck,
Keep it a
get
buck.
on, about some, get on the internet, talk about some,
Yep.
oh, I want my pussy ass hating,
Ooh,
oh,
Lord.
I
You
need
gotta
this
put a
done, I'm about to
condom
say,
on.
oh, I
You
need
gotta
this
put a
done,
condom on.
I'm about to say, hey, I'm about to say they coming. I'm about to say, man, they going off the rip with all this sexual shit, man. And I'm like, come on, man. When a dude do it, now when a guy does it, it's weird as hell. When y'all do, I'm about to say, when y'all do it, it's cool. That's why I'm like, man, nah, it's weird on both ends, man. Because first of all, how you expect a man to approach you, man, when you posting all this sexual shit on Facebook? They gonna automatically think up here that you a hoe.
So let's go into this too, bro.
I'm about to say the same thing. I'm about to say the same thing with the men part, man. That's why I say, man, we gotta stop sexualizing everything, man. Like it's a. I about to say, man, it's a time and a place for that, man. I about to say, coming to social media with it. Now, don't get me wrong, man. I know that sex sells, but at the same time, though, man, come on now, man. Like you got kids on there, man. You got to keep it respectful.
And that's true. I'm gonna say this. When I was a young man, there was a time where I could walk into the store and the nudie magazines would be behind a curtain. There it wouldn't be out in the public. You couldn't just readily go and look at the nude magazines. You had to go and look, under the curtain and see it, or it was tucked way, way in the back somewhere, right?
Exactly.
So then as we got older, it just started being more prevalent. And then when we got to the internet, it just started exploding. Like you could literally type in Pornhub, X video, any one of those at this particular moment, and any one of these kids could type in just about anything, and they can get some kind of sexual gratification or some kind of sex is on the internet, and it's not blocked, it's not
Especially
unfiltered. They're seeing everything.
especially Facebook, bro, man. Like when they say check comments, man, the first thing they're gonna do, man, these kids see all this sexual shit going on, man. Like I thought, man, Pornhub, X and everything, man. I thought that was sites for nudity. You go on Facebook, man. I'm about to say you seeing the
Oh
same
yeah,
thing.
it's all over Facebook.
I'm like, man, and
Jesus.
that's the thing I don't like about social media, man. It's like it's like it's raising the kids at the same time. Because it's
Yeah,
like, man,
it's really no need.
all these kids are learning all this adult shit from the internet. Like it
But
didn't
this
come
is
from
why you see the kids. This is why you see the kids out here being so sexually aggressive and talking about eating booty like groceries and doing all these different things, because this is the stuff that they see on the internet. They hear these songs, they hear this, they see again. We go back to the perception of is reality. The perception is that sex is great and fantastic, and it is. I'm not here to tell you that it's
Oh,
not.
don't get
I'm a
me
grown
wrong,
man.
it definitely
But
is.
the reality is it's great when you're protecting yourself and when you're doing it in the proper manner, not out here just gallivanting and just being with three and four different people, him, her, him across the street, the twosome, threesomes, eh, sideways and crossways and train and doing all it. Like that stuff is
Hey,
just confusing to you, and it's just
in
go
the great
block
in
your
the
whole
great words
perception of reality.
in the great words of Sweet Jones Pimp C, y'all ass is out here pitching kitchen. What he say? Y'all ass out here catching and pitching. God damn it!
Yeah, yeah. Y'all doing a lot out. Oh, we got a lot of comments, bro. Let's go to these
Oh
comments
yeah,
real
let's go to the
quick.
comments, man.
Mom said same for man. They do it talking about they want their D sucked.
There you
Yes,
go.
we were just
I
talking
agree,
about
man.
that.
Both of them.
Hold on. Tammy said true, no need to do all that. These then gets mad when a man approached them in their inbox. That's a fact. That's something I
There
want
you
to talk
go.
about as
There
well.
you go, bro. When
Miss
I
Lady
said I
Johnson
about,
said
oh, I'm sorry. I'm just going ahead.
Oh, okay. Or Miss Lady Johnson said, or shaking they tuna win, as Mr. Harris says, but saying they looking for their husband.
There you go.
Right, right.
Not the tuna. Oh, not the tuna win. Oh no, not Starkiss.
Oh no, Miss Lady Johnson said, I remember I went on Facebook and I checked the comments and seen this grown ass woman dancing for a room full of young teenage boys no older than 16. I remember that video. That video was going around Facebook. And this woman had basically hired a stripper for her teenage son's birthday party, and she grown, and
Mm-hmm.
she was dancing in front of these young men, doing what did she do, smiling all on the camera like it was cool. Ma'am, ma'am, first of all, you grown. You got public hairs on your private area, as Bernie Mac
Mm-hmm.
would say. You got public hairs. So you up here gallivanting and shaking your public hairs in front of these kids, and they don't even know nothing about nothing. Well, some of them don't, because some of them already dibbled and dabbled. But you still a
Exactly.
grown woman. Your exposure of your private area to minors is called sexual assault.
Yes, it
That's
is.
sexual assault. That's
Yes, it is.
disgusting that you
Yes,
would
it
do
is.
that to teenage boys. Um, Tammy, oh no, Miss Lady Johnson said agreed. Uh, Mom said that is nasty. That is,
It
it's
is.
disgusting. It's disgusting. Why would you do that in front of teenage boys? They don't know nothing. They don't know nothing.
Exactly.
But go ahead, bro. What was you saying?
Now, what I do like about social media, man, is I like how I like the fact, man, that like how we podcasting right now, man.
Mm-hmm.
I like the fact that we can get online and we can podcast, man, and spread a positive word, man. It can reach millions and millions of people around the world, man. We like to give a positive outcome on our podcast, man. Like it's a lot of positivities from the internet, man. Like you got kids, I about to say, man, you got kids out here, man, like the Kai Senate and the ISO speed, the ones that use their podcast and the internet, to promote positive stuff, man, like make a positive change instead of a negative change, man. Something like that, man. Instead of it being negative all the time, man. Like you gotta get into a fight to go viral, man, or you gotta, do some dumb shit, do stupid shit in order to go viral, man. Like, nah, man, it's not that serious. And this got to the point now, man, like you said it before, and I think you mentioned it before, man. These kids are getting so lazy to the point where they feel like, oh man, all we gotta do, like man, all we gotta do is podcast. All we gotta do is YouTube and stuff, man. Like to the
Mm-hmm.
point where it ain't even about getting the education no more, man. Like they want to go
Mm-hmm.
like kids now, and they want to be that next viral sensation now.
But see,
And
we're
you see it,
talking to
man. Like, and you
negative
see it
stuff. Go ahead, bro.
exactly. That's the too.
Yeah, we're talking the negative, and
But
I'm a
yeah,
I'm gonna
man,
get off of the negative in a minute. But I want to read this. I want to read these particular things I found about the internet,
go
and
ahead.
then also the what's the word I'm looking for? The mental health
Yeah,
part of
I
the
think.
internet, and then the internet
Oh yeah.
perception of reality. So
Oh yeah.
it says the internet's perception of reality is like a hall of mirrors, reflective, distorted, and amplified depending on who's looking in and what they're looking for. So, for
Absolutely.
example, they got echo chambers. Algorithms feed people content that aligns with what they already believe, reinforcing biases and filtering out conflicting viewpoints. So, reality can look widely different from one user to the next. Thus, the reason
Mm-hmm.
why we have this issue on the internet with the races of going back and forth and this and that, because the perception is reality. Uh, white people on one side feel one way, black people on the other side feel another way. Then we have this the reality is that white people and black people don't really like each other too much. And that's just the reality. Um Viral distortion. The most extreme emotional or entertaining content spreads the fastest, even if it's misleading or false. Reality becomes secondary
Drama.
to an engagement.
Drama.
Hyper reality. On platforms like Instagram or TikTok, curated lifestyles and polished images create a version of life that's more fantasy than fact. People
There you
start
go.
comparing their behind the scenes to everyone else's highlights reels. Thus, what I was talking about when it came to the relationships and people's perception and what the reality is of a lot of these relationships.
There you go, man.
This, oh, go ahead, go ahead.
Man, I hate the fact that man, social media and the internet, man, we forgot, like we literally forgot what a man, like we literally forgot what a real man,
Mm-hmm.
a real hard working man, and a real hard working woman is. Because nowadays, man, and I hate to say it, man, if you a hard working man, like man, working the 9 to 5 back in the '90s and whatever, man, and actually putting forth effort, like you showing that you're trying as a man, as a woman, man, that was cool back then. Now, man, you got a 9 to 5 now, man, And that's why I say, man, we forgot the perception. We forgot what a man and a woman is, man, because now we figure like, man, I'm about to say, man, in order for to be a man, whatever, man, you gotta have this. You gotta have this certain amount of money. I'm about to say, man, everything is about money and images now,
Mm-hmm.
man. Instead of like actually looking at that person's work ethic and what they've done to get to that point. Like that, like
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. Um,
oh yeah,
Disinformation and misinformation. Bad actors and sometimes just clueless ones can spread false narratives that take on a life of their own online, altering public perception of real world events. Collective consciousness. On the flip side, the internet allows for rapid sharing of information. That's a positive.
that's
um
facts.
a lot of the stuff that goes on in this, we wouldn't have known about George Floyd if it wasn't for the internet. We wouldn't have known about Sandra Bland if it wasn't for the internet. We wouldn't have known about Trayvon Martin if it wasn't for the internet. So those are positive things that the internet can do.
Mm-hmm.
Sharing of information and global empathy. Think viral moments like Me Too or Black Lives Matter that change real world policies and perspectives.
Oh
That's
yeah.
the positive side of the internet. Now, I'm not trying to cut you off, bro. I was just trying to read this thing real
Oh,
quick
you good, bro,
before
man.
I
You
get
good.
to you.
You good.
Social media, as far as mental health, are deeply intertwined, and it's a mixed bag. On one hand, social media can be empowering, connective. On the other, it can quietly erode mental well-being. Connection keeps people in touch with friends. This is the good perception of the internet when it comes to mental health. Keeps people in touch with friends, family, and communities, especially valuable for marginalized groups or those with social anxiety. Support. Online communities offer solidarity, mental health resources, and peer-to-peer support. Expression. People can share their thoughts, art, and experiences freely, which can be therapeutic and validating. Now, here's the bad part of the mental health aspect of the internet. And we were just talking about the fact that the bullying and things of that nature. Comparison traps. Seeing curated versions of others' lives can lead to feelings of inadequacy, FOMO, fear of missing out, and low self esteem. Validation addiction. The dopamine rush from likes, shares, and comments can lead to a feedback loop of seeking approval online. That's a very
Yeah,
big one.
and you said it, bro. Instant gratification.
Instant gratification, just what I was saying earlier.
Yeah, I about
Cyberbullying
to.
and trolling, what we were just talking about. Harassment, hate, and negativity are widespread and can seriously impact someone's mental health. Sleep dis- Sleep disruption and anxiety, endless scrolling, doom scrolling, and notifications can increase anxiety, affect sleep, and decrease overall mental rest. The ugly
Of
long term
course,
effects.
of
Studies
course.
have,
You probably do.
yeah,
Yeah.
studies have linked heavy to use social media use to increase rates of depression, anxiety, and loneliness, particularly in teens and young adults. Facts. Some platforms are experimenting with features like hiding likes or adding screen time limits, but the core business model still thrives on attention. Exactly. That's exactly it, bro. That's exactly it. The internet, like I said before, and we got to get to these comments too because it's a
I
topic.
hate to say it. I hate to say it, bro, man. But the internet got the. I about to say, man. Unless you got a sharp mind, the internet got us by the balls, literally.
They do have us by the balls, literally. Why? Because we're so codependent on it now. Like we have to have the internet. Like you ever notice, like you go into the bathroom, right, and you're using the bathroom, and you got to have your phone with you, right? Like you can't just
Mm-hmm.
sit. There was a time when I used to go in the bathroom, and my grandma used to keep crossword puzzles in the bathroom. So she would keep like a little basket with like a pencil in there, and she would keep the crossword puzzle book. So we would have, the crossword puzzles to do in the bathroom or whatever. This is before the internet and all that stuff.
Yeah, before
Now
the
you
internet.
have to have the internet. You got to have your phone. You got to be scrolling TikTok every 5 minutes. I know I do it. I know other people probably do it as well. I'm still scrolling on Facebook and Instagram. Uh, all that stuff is algorithm based, and that's really what the internet is nowadays. This is how people become famous with, like the Kai Cenats, and the iSpeed guy. What's his name? iSpeed,
I shall speed.
I Show Speed. Those guys are really really famous on the internet. Aiden Ross. These guys are like really really famous on the internet because these are algorithm. It's an algorithm based type of thing. If you find a specific niche on the internet and you post it every single day, the algorithm picks that up. There's times of the day where the algorithm is high, and there's times of the day where the algorithm is at a low point.
Oh
Depending
yeah.
on what you do, that's why you see people post multiple posts throughout the day and on specific times,
Oh
and
yeah.
they do
I got.
podcasts as well on specific times and days.
Oh yeah. I gotta shout out that boy Kabi Lami, that African.
Oh
That's the
yeah,
I'm about
yeah,
to say,
yeah. I see.
man,
Yeah,
I'm about to say,
Com
man.
came up. He came up
I love
hard.
the
I
way he
I,
came.
I
I
like
love the
him.
way I love the way Kabi came up, man, because that man ain't had to say not one single fucking word, and I'm about to say he's making millions. I love. I'm
Uh,
about to say, I
let me
love the
read
way
it.
he does it.
Let me read these comments. Uh, the parents should have Miss Lady Johnson. This is what they was talking about when we was talking about the stripper and whatnot. The parents
Mm-hmm.
should have went to jail because at the end of the day, those other teenage boys, parents probably didn't even know what they were allowed to see, that they were allowed to see that. Facts. Females are cougars, the old ones. Facts. We were just talking about that just a few minutes ago. Yes, but education is important in order to do these podcast businesses, etc. You have to do your research. Absolutely, Tammy. You cannot just pop on and do a podcast. You can, don't get me wrong, you really can. Because I've known people who have just popped on, started doing a podcast. I know I did, but I did a little bit of research when I continued on. I learned new things and learned how to work certain programs and different things like that. And now I'm not saying that I'm perfect at it, but I'm saying I'm more knowledgeable than I was before. Tammy said, true, true, they should go to jail. The parents who hired the dancer and the dancer. That's a fact. Uh that's the positive side of the internet I love when I can see family and friends doing great things. That's the great thing about the internet. Yes, I do take my phone. I let in the bathroom too. Now, there's nothing wrong with it. Let me say this. There's nothing wrong with going on the internet. There's nothing wrong with looking at TikTok videos and all that stuff. There's nothing wrong with none of these things that we do. However, everything is in moderation.
Oh yeah.
You cannot be on the internet all day, every day. You can't do it. And you not working, you ain't got no job, you ain't doing nothing unless you on there doing, stream gaming, which is a huge business right now. Um, and like I said, we gonna go into the positive sides of the internet as well before we get out of here. But parents need to block parents need to block serial guidance. What?
I mean,
I don't know what that I don't know what that
you
was, Mom. But
you gotta be specific. When you say cereal guidance, I'm gonna guide them to some Fruit Loops or some
right, yeah, you
frosted.
can guide me in the Fruit Loops. I eat Apple Jacks.
Oh, I'm about to
Uh
say Apple Jam. I'm about to say
yeah,
I'm
I
about to
eat
hit
all
them.
that. Honey Nut Cheerios. Yeah, you just
Exactly.
gotta guide me whichever way you go. Uh but
Exactly.
but I'm gonna say this. Since we talked about the negative, let's look into some positive aspects of the internet. What I see and what I'm loving so much about the internet, and Miss Lady Johnson brought this up as well. People with small businesses and people that are getting secondary incomes off of the internet. Let me say this, bro. I've never seen so many people become multimillionaires and entrepreneurs off of the internet so tough, bro, in this generation. These kids
Oh
get
yeah.
on YouTube, they find a certain thing that they're good at, they get on YouTube and they blow the hell up. Millions of views, people streaming their stuff. Not to mention, me and you gamers, bro. We gamers. We like to play the game. We like to play video games. These
Oh
kids are
yeah,
becoming multimillionaires from streaming video games,
man,
just
for
playing the
real.
game all day.
I guess this little boy I was telling you about, man. I forgot what
Hmm.
his name is. I think he about like 10. He got to be about like 6 or 7 now. But this little white boy, all he do is just sit down. Any new toy that's being set in front of him, he'll open it and he'll give a review off of it. And these kids actually watch it.
Yeah.
This little boy made literally $35 million off his YouTube page alone.
Hmm.
Just all he got to do is just sit down, open a toy, play with it, man. Give a good review on it. And you know, little kids, man. You know, little kids are weird today. I'm about to. I mean that in a good way because you know,
Hmm.
little kids. You know, now that we got the phones and you know the internet and stuff, man, we put a tablet in front of them. The first thing they're gonna do is they're gonna look up kid shit. And the first thing they're gonna see is another kid playing with another toy that catches their interest.
Right.
And
Right.
that's when they like. Then that's when they like, oh, that's right. Like, oh, this look like, oh, this toy look interesting, and that's what get the kids locked. So I don't. I about to say that's the positives I like about that. Like, man, they know how to draw kids. I about to say, man, the number one successful. I about to say to me, man, the number one thing that keeps the internet rotating, man, is definitely the kids.
Facts.
I about to say the kids
Facts.
keep the. I about to say the kids. They keep the internet rolling. Now, those
They
that don't
keep it
too much.
rocking and rolling, brother.
I about to say the adults they care, but they don't too much. They don't too much care because they're going off of looks and images or whatever. Kids, man,
Right.
they're just going off their pure imagination, man. That's what draws kids to other kids, man, is imagination. And that's why I feel like, man. That's why I feel like, man, the world without social media, man, should be like, man, like more people can be drawn together, man, just off imagination, that we just eliminate social media. But that's another topic we're gonna get into. But now
Yeah,
you
but
gonna
I
hear
I just wanted to talk about, before we get out of here, before we get up out of here, there are positive aspects of the internet. Everything
oh
is
yeah,
not so doom and gloom about the internet. We're just talking about the perception of reality of using the internet. And
oh yeah,
like I said
definitely.
before, everything everything you see on the internet is not true. When you see people walk into a mansion, that might not even be a mansion. That might be, I don't know, an amusement park.
Hey, you remember that? Hey,
You know what
you
I'm
remember
saying? Like, people use background filters and add people
exactly.
into the backgrounds, and
Hey, bro,
you know.
you remember that Bow Wow challenge, man? Where Bow Wow was lying,
Oh yeah, that was
said
hilarious.
he was in first class the whole time. This nigga on Spirit Airlines.
Hmm.
Man, that's what I'm like, man. Look, everything on the internet, and even Future said it himself, man. Like I heard it like an interview like Nicki Minaj gave. Like she was
Hmm.
like, "What you see, what the future you see on the internet is not the future you see in the studio." Like half the shit that he be talking about in his raps about, like sipping lean, I about to say popping mollies and all that. She said he don't even do. He said he don't even do drugs in real life.
Yeah.
They only do they only do it, man. And Luck Peter, man. Shout out to Luck Peter because Luck Peter said it
Yeah,
best,
look,
man.
look,
Like
Peter broke that down on the podcast
I
one
about to say,
day.
he broke it down on the. I about to say, man, he definitely broke it down, man. He was like,
Hmm.
man, the image about man, that person that fits the image, man. That's what the world wants to see. I'm about to say, and Future, I'm about to say, man, Future. You know, once he got that exposure, once that he got this celebrity status, man. They go, you know, like any celebrity, man, they go off of, man, what the people want, man. Like, man, oh, they like man, the world like Molly's, they like Wayne, they like turning up. I'm like, all right, that's the type of music I'm gonna put out. And that's how his shit can sell. That's how his shit is able to sell. Even though he don't do all them hardcore drugs, he said that he's doing, man, the shit fit. Like I say, the shit sells.
Yeah, it's
And
that's what I'm saying by the perception is reality. Like, Jeezy was
oh
telling
yeah,
everybody back in the day he was the snowman. He telling everybody trap or die, and dudes was really listening to that and going out there doing that. But while Jeezy
now
was over
don't
here putting his kids
now
in
don't
private school and sending them to college.
there you go. Now don't get me wrong, bro, man. Now what Jeezy and Gucci man was doing internet wise, that was for real. I'm about to say you
Incredible.
can. I'm about to say that was for. I'm about to say that was for real. And I'm about to say Gucci Man, I'm about to say Gucci Man and Jeezy beef was real. Cause I'm about to say I don't know
Oh
if you
yeah,
know
that
what's
was a
going on.
real life beef. That
I don't
was
know
the
if you I don't know if you
reality
know
of
what's
the
going on.
perception.
Exactly, the reality of the perception. Like with the like how can I put it, man? Like when them celebrities like yeah, like you said, man, with celebrities getting on that man, faking their whole lifestyle, man. Like they only do
Mm-hmm.
that to catch our attention. And Mama Zena, she said, stay off devices for one day. Mama Zena, I promise you, if the world, if you take away social media right now, just take away the World Wide Web for one day, just take it all away. The World Wide Web, you know, the internet, the Wi-Fi, everything, man. This world will be a complete clusterfuck because we wouldn't know what to do. Well, we would know what to
We
do
would
because
know, the generation that
we
grew
would
up
know how to do.
without it, we would know what to do.
We would know
We
what to
know
do.
how to
Oh
entertain
yeah,
ourselves. We know
oh
how to
yeah,
have fun. Like I
oh yeah.
said, this summer, bro, I'm not playing. I'm finna go buy me some super soakers and I'm finna be soaking up these kids outside for the summer. I'm finna show these kids how to have fun, man.
Man, for real, man. They better hope I don't see no fire hydrant out there, goddamn it. Shit, we
Oh, if
cutting
I
up
see
this
one, it's
phone.
on. It's on. That's all I'm gonna say. It's on. I'll take a
Like man,
fine.
these
I'll
kids
go to jail.
like man,
Uh,
these kids don't know how to have fun without no phones, man. Like man, I remember goddamn it, shit. We wasn't even thinking about.
Woo! Chiquita said it. She said she said it. She said it. So
Oh yeah,
listen. Here's the thing. Ms. Lay Johnson said, "How about when Cardi B said she don't cook or clean and got the ring, but Offset posted a video of her cleaning the hell out of their house." I didn't believe that shit when she said it. Uh, Miss Thompson said, "Mom said if you doing something good, you should be on the internet like Luck Peter with music and me selling moo and jewelry." Facts.
there you
Shout out
go.
to moms. Go holler at her about that jewelry and the moo for sure. Oh, I'ma just let you
Definitely.
know, ladies, your granny wore a moo. That's all I'ma say. And she had plenty kids. That's all I'ma say. And she had bills paid. That's all I'ma say. Uh Chiquita said, you see how everyone had a heart attack when TikTok got shut down?
Oh yeah,
I was
oh
one of
yeah.
them. I'll confess. I was one of them.
Everybody got, everybody got the
I was one of
oh
them,
my
brother.
god. Hey, I was laughing because I'm like, man, y'all fucking serious, man.
Shout out Cassandra. Appreciate you.
I about to say, yeah, definitely. She definitely,
Uh
definitely. She's so
Mom
right.
said people will be in the crazy house. They was already in the crazy house when the internet went down. You saw how people you not when the internet went down, when TikTok went down. It only went down for a few hours, ladies and gentlemen, and
Mm,
people lost their damn mind. I just went on Instagram and stuff like that. I
I
was
mean,
like,
maybe.
it's other social media sites besides
I
TikTok.
mean, maybe crashing out, man. Like I seen this one girl on here, man. Like she was a real kid, man. She was like, I understand, like people do use their TikToks or whatever, you know, to keep their income generating,
Auntie,
but at the same time, though, man, you know, man, you always supposed to have a plan. You always supposed to have a plan B in case plan A, you know, falls out of place. Like you know, Twitter. I'm about to say, man. Like you know for a fact that TikTok was gonna be shut down, man. You was supposed to have an alternative for that.
there were other alternatives, but because you're stuck on one specific app, there's millions of apps out here, bro. Millions of apps. You can go on Snapchat. I'm gonna tell you what I like to do on Snapchat sometimes. I like to go onto that big map on Snapchat and I like to click on different countries and stuff. And I like to see other people's Snapchats
Yeah,
and
me
what they
too.
doing over there
Me too,
and
bro.
other
You notice,
cities and stuff.
bro. You notice, man, that the libraries around the world, like around the world, are empty now.
Yeah, we were talking about that on our last podcast that the
Man,
libraries are
I'm about to say
empty.
library. I'm
But
about to
there's
say
a reason
library.
for that. There's a reason for that. This country promotes illiteracy. Because it promotes illiteracy, kids don't want to read anymore. When I was growing up, you had commercials. Reading was fundamental. Listen to what
It
I'm
was.
saying. I heard this as a child. Reading is fundamental. And it is because it literally funds your mental. It gives you imagination when you read. When you read a book, those words should pop out at you. And what it does is it gives you a idea in your head or a thought in your head or a glimpse of what you're reading in your head, and you make up whatever reality you want in your head that you're reading. That's why reading
There
was
you
so
go.
fun as a kid. This is why we had the reading rainbows and different things coming up, because reading was fun. It was fun to be educated. It was fun to be smart. It was fun to know. It was fun. Like, remember, bro, I don't even know if you had this in your school where they had a time, it was called weekly readers. And they had where you could buy books in the school and stuff, like a book fair when
Oh
we was
man,
kids, bro.
man,
I
these
used to
short,
keep forty
these,
dollars in my pockets for some books.
these shorties would never know, man, how exciting it was to go to the book fair, boy. Cause
Oh
man, look,
man, that was exciting, bro.
hey, when I was in
But
first
this is
grade,
what the
bro,
internet
when I was
has
in
done
first,
to us.
exactly, bro. When I was in first grade, bro, man, I remember, boy, my grandma gave me $20 for the book fair, man. You thought I was Donald Trump that day, goddamn it. I went up and
Boy,
I went up and I bought everything. I'm like, man, give me that book right there. Matter of fact, give me that one. Oh man, don't let it be when Arthur was really popping back in the days, man. Don't let it be Arthur up there on the bookshelves, man. Hey man, I want all them damn books, man. For real, I about to
facts.
say, man. I about to say, man, these kids and don't. I about to say these kids will never know, man. Like, man, it was actually fun as hell before social media came
So
about. Before social media came about.
Miss Lady Johnson said, book it. We got them free pizzas from Pizza Hut. Bro, what we would get is, if we read 20 books in a week, right? We would get a booklet from Pizza Hut for free pizzas or half off pizzas. Bro, that you know I'm you know me, brother. I ain't missing no meals.
Hell no, I'm about to say in
I was the
Chicago, man.
greatest
It was
I was the greatest reader on the face of this planet when
hey,
I was in school.
growing up in Chicago, man, it was a Pizza Hut right there on 59th and Western, man. If you know, you know, man. Every fucking I'm talking about, man. Every week, man, they used to give us like a stack of I stacking them coupons or whatever, man. Go straight to Pizza Hut, man. I used to eat good every fucking Friday. I about to say, you remember? I about to say, shit. You remember we used to get remember them hamburger? Remember when McDonald's had them hamburgers for 39 and 49 cents?
The
Man, we used to get reward.
cheeseburgers. The cheeseburgers.
Yeah,
Yep.
somebody say, bro,
Yep.
we used to get reward. I about to say, man, we used to get rewarded with them, man. Like,
Yep.
man, everything, like, man, kids about like kids today, man, like they don't know what they'll never know what fun is, man, because all we do, man, is we keep this damn phone glued to our hand.
But see, that's what, again, that's the perception and the reality. This is what the
Yep.
internet has done to us. No longer do we go in the library and seek information. Why? Because we have a literal walking encyclopedia in our hands. All we have to do is Google it or chat GPT it or whatever it is. We could just look it up. We don't know who the first president of the United States is. Let me Google it. Oh, it's George Washington. Uh why did George Washington have wooden teeth? Oh, he didn't have wooden teeth. He had the teeth of slaves. You would never know these things without the internet unless you went to the library and read it, which I still um, wish people went to the library and read more, because we literally have a generation of kids that cannot read. Did you
Hell
know
no,
that, bro?
you remember back in school, man, what we had to do. You remember on certain days, man, our teachers had to go home for homework, man, and we had to take home our dictionary, man, that had to be about this, this, and we
And
and
we had to look up the words,
and all the words that the teacher look up, man, we had to literally write down the
a
definitions
list.
of
Yep.
every last one of them. And
Yep.
do you know how many dictionaries we had to have, bro, man? Because you know certain dictionaries didn't have certain words up in there. Do you know how many libraries we had to go to find that one damn word in a dictionary?
Facts, bro. That's why I said
Now,
it. But that's a gift part of the internet too. Is that now you don't have to necessarily go all the way to the library, even though it's a good thing to go to the library. Now you don't have to. Now you could just go on the internet and you could just look up whatever and find whatever.
Oh yeah. Shit. I'm about to say, Mama say, give me Leon's barbecue 79th for Cottage Grove. And they, oh man,
It
Mama.
ain't there no more.
Hey, it ain't that no more, Mama, man. But Leon's, it was a Leon's on 59th and
On
Racine.
59th and
Mama,
Racine, yep.
Mama, I
Pops
don't
used to
think this
take
kid.
me. We used to go to that Leon's all the time.
Yep, I sure did. Hey, remember back in the days, bro, man, $1 get you a big ass tray of fries, bro, man. It was about this, bro. About
Leon's would
three
give you
fries.
slabs of ribs and fries, boy. You wouldn't need nothing for 2 days. I'm telling you right now. Shout out to
Five
Leon's, bro.
$5 back in the days at Leon's, bro, you will eat for an
You'll
entire
smack for
week.
days. Yep.
You will
No
eat for an
question.
entire week, bro.
Facts.
No question. When
Who
they took away,
remembers the encyclopedia? My mom had the whole collection. My mom, actually, my uncle had the collection of Encyclopedia Britannicas, and we still have some of those books at my mom's house as we speak.
hey, y'all kids better be thankful, man, that y'all, I about to say, y'all kids
Woo!
better be thankful, man, that y'all did not have to carry
Woo!
them down. See, y'all kids got it made today. Y'all got all y'all books on the phone now. Do you know how many reading and math books? That's why our backs are fucked up now today. Do you know how many? Do you know how many reading and math books we had to carry on our damn backs for homework? Man, no, I'm about to say, man, look, we literally had to read back in the day, goddamn it. We
Yeah,
had to
we
take
had to read, we had to study, we had to look it up, all that.
we had,
Before we get out
man,
of
we
here,
had
though,
to,
go
oh
ahead, bro.
yeah. We
Go
had
ahead.
to,
Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna say, man, look, we had our reading, our math book, the dictionary. I'm talking about, man, we walking home with 4, 5 books, goddamn it, like literally,
If you didn't have
just
a
to start.
backpack, I felt sorry for you. Uh,
Man, I'm trying to tell you.
Miss Mom said men in prison have more brains than Negroes on the street. That's because they ain't got nothing
Agreed.
else to do but sit around and
That
read
because
all
they ain't got
day.
nothing to
That's
read. I'm
all.
about to say they definitely
And
ain't got
half the
nothing else
time they
better to
still
do
come
but to
out
read.
retarded and stupid and do dumb stuff anyway. Uh, Hell's Chicken Shack for sure. We gonna talk. We gonna talk about that. We gonna talk about that on a future podcast. We gonna talk about that on a future podcast. Moms,
Oh
just
yeah, definitely.
hold those restaurants and stuff like that. We gonna talk about that on a future podcast. But we about to
Oh
get up
yeah.
out of here, bro. Take us on home, Pippin.
All right, man. Just want to say thank y'all, man, for commenting and liking, man, and tuning into the podcast, man. All the likes are greatly appreciated, man. Great topic, by the way, man. I appreciate all the love and support, man. I'm about to say, if y'all don't know about now, man, my sis, she make cups, man. If y'all know her name is Miss Lady Johnson on
New
Facebook,
cups
show them the
coming
cups, bro.
soon. New cups
Show
coming
them,
soon.
show them the cups, bro.
New cups coming soon.
Definitely, man. Definitely get y'all cups, man. Definitely get y'all cups. Big sis over there clowning on the cups, man. Definitely go shop. Go shop for cups, man. I'm about to say her name is Miss Lady Johnson on Facebook. I'm about to say definitely go check her out, man. I'm about to say new cups coming soon, man. Be on the lookout, man. Please be on the lookout. Shout out to Mama Zena, man. I'm about to say make sure y'all go shop with her too. Shout out to her.
Oh,
I'm about to
before
say
we
shout out to
go,
Mama Zena.
shout out to moms. Sorry to cut you off, bro. My fault.
Hey,
Uh, Chiquita, hit up Miss Lady Johnson if you want to cut. Hit her inbox.
definitely. I'm about
Uh,
to say
Before we
definitely,
get out of here
definitely go
though,
in.
her name is Miss Lady Johnson, MZLADY Johnson. Before we get out of here though, shout out to Ryan Coogler and shout out to Michael B. Jordan for Sinners.
Oh yeah.
That movie. I loved the movie. Wifey, she liked it, but she wasn't a big fan of it. I loved it. I thought the references in the movies were fantastic. I will not be giving away any spoilers or anything. If you have not gone to see this movie, please go see it. But when you go see it, please have an open mind. Do not go into there thinking it's one thing because it is totally a whole nother thing. So shout
Oh
out to
yeah,
those two
man.
brothers and especially Michael B. Jordan. That man played two parts in that movie. He played brothers and he played both of those brothers. And shout out to him for doing that. Bro,
And
I don't know if you want
definitely,
to or not, but let me know if you want to stream the draft tonight.
oh yeah, definitely, bro, definitely. I don't think I'm gonna be able to stream it, man, because I'm gonna be knocked out. But
Oh, before
definitely,
we get
so
out of
we definitely
here,
gonna bring it back tomorrow, man.
one
Before
more
one
other
more thing,
thing.
man, before we get out.
Yep, one more thing. Uh, Shout out to my moms. Shout out to moms. Miss Zina Zina Thompson. She does moo and she has jewelry as well. If you need a moo, ladies, there's nothing wrong with wearing a moo. Your grandmama wore a moo. She has 7 kids and all her bills were paid. There's nothing wrong with wearing a moo. Ladies, if you need a moo, holler at Miss Zina, Zina Thompson. She got it for you. If you need jewels, please holler at Miss Lady, or not Miss Lady Johnson, I'm sorry. Please holler at Miss Zina Thompson, Zina Thompson. Holler at her.
Definitely, man. And one more thing, man, before we end the podcast, man. My thoughts and prayers, man, go out to Elijah Arenas, man. In case y'all don't know who that is, man,
Mm-hmm.
it's a former NBA basketball star, Gilbert Arenas. This is his son,
Mm-hmm.
five-star prospect, prospect, man. He was involved in a serious. He was involved in a serious car accident and put in a medically induced coma. And the message I'm going to give
Oh,
to the kids, and the message I want to get to the kids out here, man, especially the young shorties, man, that's like under 25 or whatever, man. Please be careful how y'all out here driving, man.
yes,
I'm about to
please.
say you don't
Please.
have to be you don't have to be out here doing 170, man, trying to
You
impress your
don't.
friend. Man, do the speed limit. Wear a seatbelt, man. It's not serious, man. These car accidents are serious. They are fatal. I'm about to say, man, there are life-changing consequences behind these car accidents. Please, y'all, whatever y'all do, please, when
Wear
y'all
a
get behind,
seatbelt as
wear
well.
a seatbelt and think when you're driving.
I'm gonna
Don't
tell
drive
you
by
something
yourself.
that
Do
somebody
not drink
told
and
me.
drive.
Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Definitely, man. Look, do not get behind the wheel intoxicated or impaired. Like, man, it's not that serious. Please, whatever y'all do, man, because man, and I've seen a lot of young cats, and I'm seeing a lot of young cats, man, under the age of 25. I better say, you got an old boy that that played for Minnesota. Remember, old boy, the rookie that played for Minnesota. I mean, you got Henry
Henry
Ruggs,
Ruggs,
Henry Ruggs. I'm
such
about to
a
say,
talented young man too. My
oh man,
goodness.
such a talented young man, man. We get behind these wheels, man. And we get to driving all reckless, man. That we don't know the consequences until it's too late. Man, please, y'all, please drive carefully and drive responsibly.
If you don't value your life, nobody else will. And I'm gonna tell you something else that somebody else told me. A vehicle is nothing to play with. You are literally driving in a death trap. Listen
Yes,
to what I'm telling you. If you're not careful, a car can wrap around a pole. You could get hit head on. Anything can happen in a car. Please be more vigilant in what you do, young folks. Stop speeding to try to prove a point or to show off or do whatever the hell that y'all be doing in them damn cars. Stop stealing cars. And if you go be in a car and you driving as a young person, please, please please put on a seatbelt and pay attention to what you're doing. Do not drink and drive as well. That impairs your driving.
yes. And Mama said y'all had a cousin that got killed from a drunk driver.
We sure
Agreed.
did. We sure
Man,
did.
RIP. I'm about to say, man,
RIP
also
to
RIP,
Cuz.
RIP
Um,
to RIP to Crystal Prophet too, man, because I'm
yeah,
still shook.
RIP
I'm
to
about to say,
Crystal as well, cause she passed away in a car accident as well, and she was the
yes,
only one that passed away. Everybody else survived.
yes.
So please be careful, people. Please, young folks,
Please
please
be
be
careful, man.
careful.
Please
If
be
y'all
careful,
want to
man.
join us, I know y'all probably not into football, but if y'all want to join us this evening, we will be streaming the NFL draft. If y'all interested in watching it, we'll have it streaming on StreamYard tonight. So come on in and enjoy it.
Definitely, man. Definitely, man. Definitely. Thanks for all the likes and all the comments, man, and all the support, man. We'll be back on tomorrow, same well Saturday, 5 o'clock, 5 o'clock evening time. You know, we do our Saturday fun day on Saturdays. You know, we thank everybody again for the love and support. And as me and bro always say, man, gone.